A lot of people don't talk about sport as a battleground, but eventually that also gives you a space to make good friendships. So
everything just went away once I joined college. Basketball and cricket both just left my life at one point of time.
Yep.
And then at one point of time, I was just scrolling through Facebook one day, and I just saw this thing called Indian Junior Premier League. And then
Indian Junior Premier League.
The most difficult part probably would have been me starting to work for the first time.
There is not much usage of basketball court, outdoor court, I would say. Right? And it was a little disappointing because here in India, we are kind of looking for the government to give us that scope of having multiple courts. Hey, welcome back to Courtside Conversation podcast. Today, I want to welcome you to one of my favorite episodes. This is my cousin Sujith, someone I grew up playing basketball with. I would even say he's one of my best teammates that I've had. So, hey, Sujith, do you want to just quickly introduce yourself, who you are?
So sure. First of all, thank you for having me. So my name is Sujith. I live in Canada right now. So I've just come here for like a short vacation sort of a thing. Because it's the winter. So I was basically born and raised in Chennai. Right now I work for a company called RVC. I work in the insurance sector. So that's about it. As of now, I haven't booked my return tickets yet. I have to plan on doing that as well. But yeah.
Okay,
That's
awesome. For those of you who are thinking, why is Sujith looking a little sad and thing, just want you to know that he's going through extreme jet lag. It is quite late and that we are recording this, but once again, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. So first things first, I also want to tell everyone that most of you all know that I run a community here called the Courtside Conversations here in Delhi. Sujith is one of my main contributors to get the community going. So I also want to take this time to say thank you. I don't think I can ever take this for granted because for the last 8 months of us running Courtside, you have been one of the most important reasons why we're able to do this. Because you're probably in the shadows right now, but right now I wanted to let the world know that, because people keep asking me, hey Zach, how do you do this? How do you do this? I'm like, man, like, do I have to tell you guys everything sometimes? But anyway, just want to say thank you. Right? All right, so let's just jump straight to the question, man. This is the first question that I ask everyone. Why do you play basketball? Like, what made you fall in love with basketball? Like, of all the sports, right? So go for it.
So basketball was something that came at a really young age to me. So basically, you were the one who actually introduced us to basketball in the first place. So you took my brother and myself to play in the ground. I think I was 9 or 8 years old at that point of time.
Definitely elementary school.
Yeah,
That's what I know.
I was 9 or 8 years old at that point of time, and you took me there. And at that point of time, I didn't like it as much because there was one guy who kept sticking to me. I didn't know what man-to-man defense was at that point of time. I just didn't like the fact that a guy was just sticking to me the entire time.
Throughout the game, right?
Yeah, throughout the game he was sticking to me, and I didn't like it at that point. But then later on, my parents wanted my brother to start playing a sport for himself, just to make friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And since like a very young age, whatever my brother did, I always had to do. So that's how I was actually
sibling curse.
Exactly. Clothes and all that stuff, whatever he had, I always used to get. So I have a very distinct memory of it as well. So my dad took both myself and my brother to see a coach there, and then we just started playing. I had to play with all the younger kids, and then my brother was a little bit older than I think he was probably in
couple of three,
4 years older than I am. And then we just started off playing at that point of time. I wasn't that interested at that point, but then once I saw myself growing a little bit taller, I felt like
Taller than everyone in our family right now.
so I felt like that was something that was good for me as well.
Yeah.
And then I started liking the sport as well.
Yeah.
Watching a lot of other people play, looking at people like older people than I who were playing the game. I felt like this was something that I could do something in.
Yeah. I also know that you tried out for cricket.
Yeah.
I know you were juggling between basketball and cricket. I know you had to go for these nets practices, and there was this very interesting dream you had. I remember, I think in your early high school, I said, "Hey, like, what's this whole deal with cricket?" And then you told me something very interesting, and I was like, "What are you even talking about?" You said, "I want to play for India one day," right?
Yeah.
And tell us, like, what was that like? Because it's one thing to be in one sport, man, and then to give equal attention to both the sports, man, it just drains you completely. But what is the dream for cricket as well? Yeah.
So mainly the reason I got into cricket was, so I actually trialed for a lot of states and district level stuff for basketball itself.
Yeah.
And then a couple of times I was pushed over or looked
Politics,
over. There was so much politics.
Yeah.
I actually saw it with my own eyes. There was, I don't want to take any names, but there was a kid from a very prominent school.
Sure.
And he basically paid the selector a little bit more money, and then he was selected in the team and I was pushed out. I saw this happening more often.
Yep.
And then at one point of time I was just scrolling through Facebook one day and I just saw this thing called Indian Junior Premier League. And then
Indian Junior Premier League.
Yeah, there was actually something like that.
Oh, nice.
I think it was organized by Gautam Gambhir,
Okay.
the current Indian coach. And I think Virender Sehwag's coach was also somebody who was involved in it as well. Later on, I did find out that it was all a scam, and then they didn't take anybody anywhere. I actually paid a little bit of money for it as well. And then the coach there actually told me that I was going to be selected in the team
for
the
Indian cricket team.
Yeah, Indian Junior Premier League.
Okay.
So out of Chennai. And then that turned out to be a lie as well, because the entire thing was shafted, and that never happened because the BCCI said it's not a recognized tournament, so we're not going to let it happen. So I did want to play for India at one point of time in either one of the sports, because like since a very young age I've always known that I've been quite athletic, and 100-meter dash or 200-meter races, every single thing I've always been very athletic. So I felt like maybe cricket was something that I would be able to do
for sure.
I used to play cricket with you guys as well. I used to be a left arm fast bowler, and then all of you guys forced me to bowl right arm. I started doing that, and then I felt like I was bowling quite quick.
Yeah.
And then everything just went away once I joined college. Basketball and cricket both just left my life at one point of time. Yeah.
I don't want to digress from basketball. I know you talked a little more on cricket, but I just want to pull you back into basketball, and I want to dig a little more deeper into that. Since you played multiple sports, what is sports actually like for you at your childhood? Like, because a lot of people say a lot of things. What sports meant for them? So I want to ask, like, what did sport actually teach you, like, at your very young age of your life?
Sport actually brought a lot of discipline in me.
Thank you for saying that.
That was it didn't bring discipline in me. Like, I didn't voluntarily want it. It was mainly my dad who made me get that discipline through sport. Because I used to have coaching at 6 in the morning, or if I had any game at 5:30 in the morning, it was my dad who used to slap me and wake me up, and then just put me on the scooter and go and drop you. Yeah. So it always brought that discipline in me for me to wake up in the morning, start fresh, have a fresh start for the entire day. So I think discipline is one main thing that I've always learned when it came to sport.
Fair enough. You also talked a little bit about your dad. I think parents are the most unsung hero or heroes in most of our lives. So what was it like for you? Was it your mom, or was it your dad, or was it both of them? Or did you have, like, for one sport, one parent? What was
no, it wasn't anything like that. So mainly what it was, So my brother was somebody who they wanted to push into a sport, but then he turned out to be a little bit bad in academics, and I, for some reason, was always
Very
good.
bad, Abhi. Very bad.
So I was always somewhat good in academics. So they always made sure that they pushed me into sport as well because I was able to balance both of them. But my brother couldn't balance it because he had to go for a lot of tuitions and stuff. So my dad always pushed me towards a lot of sports. He always supported me in any single sport that I wanted. My mom always wanted me to, go into music, and she also wanted me to go on a lot of tuitions for some reason. Even though I got good marks, she always had this thing where she wanted me to put me in more tuitions so that I can get probably 100 in every subject that I was taking. But then my dad always made sure that he pushed me towards the sport. If I had anything, he would wake up early in the morning.
Basically dad.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was always my dad who
Nice.
always pushed me towards any sport.
Fair enough. I like that. I think I've seen Bal uncle do that in your life. Yeah, thank you both uncle and auntie for doing this with Sujith. You studied in Union Christian. Man, UC and SBOA, we were big time rivals, right? Even though we were not in the same zone, but any local tournaments that we played, we hated playing against you guys, right? Of course, like by the time when I finished school, you were in your early middle school or something, right? But there was this friendly rivalry that started off in the basketball court between UC and SBOA. And to be fair, we played you guys 3 or 4 times and we won all the 4 times. Right?
I don't have a memory of that.
Yeah, like this was not the time when you guys, but that is when you were playing the team. This was like a completely different team. I'll tell you what the team looked like. Gopu, Chaco, Sagar,
Fabian Thomas.
Fabian was there.
Yeah.
Fabian George was there. There was another guy called Sriram. Yeah. So this was like your
they were
dream team of UC,
Yeah.
right? And we always kind of had that upper like edge. We always beat you guys like by 1 or 2 points. Like that was always been the case. Now I'll tell you why I'm saying this. For me, basketball has been a place where I made a lot of good friends. Like in my life right now, George is a good friend. Right? Like I can name a few more as well. Like these are all like good friends from rivals who become friends. Like, do you have moments like that in your life where, when you were playing, like, did you have any rivalry going on with the local schools that eventually turned out to be friendship? Because a lot of people don't talk about sport as a battleground, but eventually that also gives you a space to make good friendships for you. So, what was that like for you?
When I was playing, I think our greatest rival or something like that would have been Sherwood Hall.
Okay.
Sherwood Hall School, and then probably even St. Vincent's, but I don't remember anybody from St. Yeah, they had a very good team, but then I don't really remember any of the St. Vincent's players as well, because I did for high school I was supposed to go to Sherwood Hall because I actually trialed there and the coach actually called me to play for them as well for high school. But then my dad said that's not a school that I'd want to send you to because I know the sort of guy you are. So I don't think that's some school that I'd like to send you to. But then I did find a lot of friends in Sherwood Hall as well. To name a few, I remember one guy called Akib.
I remember Akib.
Yeah.
Akib's elder brother is my good friend.
Abid. Okay. So all these people were people. So we all played together even in JJ Stadium. So all of us played together, grew up together and stuff. So once we went into school, we all became rivals. But then it always was a good camaraderie between us after we came out of school as well. Nice. So sometimes we still do play. If I ever go back, I see them. We still play. There are a lot of people like that who were rivals but turned friends.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand what was that like for you. So thanks for saying that. One of my most proudest moment is we were at JJ. We were at a local tournament. I think you were playing for UC, or did you ever play for JASA?
JASA, no, because I was too young at that time. I couldn't.
Did you play for ICF? You played for some local club.
I played for ICF.
You played for ICF, right? I remember this. Some club you were playing. So on the bleachers, my team was there. Like SBO old boys, we were all sitting and we were watching, and then Abhi, Sarnesh, we were all sitting. We were just watching you, and I didn't tell anyone that you're my cousin as well. So as the game started going, I think at the beginning of second quarter or something, there was this something that everyone noticed in your game. Like you got into a zone. Any ball you had, right? You never passed it to anyone. You just kept driving in, attacking, and finishing strong at the hoop, and got your fouls and you made your basket as well. And for me, as like a brother, like I was like, that's my younger brother, bro.
Yeah.
Then all my friends around, they're like, "Hey, yara, like who's this kid?" Then for the first time I ever actually said, "That's my cousin." So I just wanted to tell you that I've had some really good, proudful moments when you played in the court, and those are some memories that I'll always cherish, because it's one thing to play together, but it's another thing as an elder brother to just sit out of bounds and just watch you play as well. So I just wanted to share that.
Probably there would have been some girl there that.
Probably.
I'm just kidding, I'm just
No, maybe high chances, because you wanted to go to Sherwood, calculating all of that. You definitely wanted to woo some girl there.
No.
It probably pulled some gimmick over there. Yeah, I'll never know. But I was never like that. Just letting you know, I was a decent guy on the court. I never wanted to woo anyone. So anyway, you told that you moved to Canada.
Yeah.
Like, what's the deal, bro? Like, why is everyone going to Canada? Like, why do you want to go to Canada?
To be very honest, the entire reason that I went to Canada was because Sam, that is our cousin sister, and my brother Abhishek, both of them moved to Canada first. I thought that my life would be easier there since they're already settled, they're already working. That was
Life played basketball.
Yes,
with you.
that was something that I guess was the most stupid decision that I could take when I decided to trust them and move there, because I thought that they always had their own
everything sorted,
so they'll be able to help me. But then once I moved there is when I realized that to each his own. So they had to take care of themselves, and then I had to make sure that I took care of myself as well. So yeah, I moved to Canada for a better life.
For sure.
My brother and my sister both did help me, but then as time progressed, I realized that I can't just sit down and just
rely on them
them the entire time. I just had to take a step for myself as well.
This is one common response that I keep hearing from a lot of people who have moved overseas. I think if you're in India, you're just in a comfort zone. Like, you have family, everything's taken care of. You're like, walk in the park here, like everything's sorted. Yeah. But what was the most difficult part for you, like after you moved or after you left India? What was the most difficult part for you?
The most difficult part probably would have been me starting to work for the first time.
Okay.
Because in India I never worked. So I finished college in 2020 or 2020. Yeah, 2020.
Correct. COVID, I remember you did first semester of online and
so when COVID hit was when I actually had to finish my final exam for the last semester.
I remember this. Yeah.
So after that, there was no option for me to work, and just for a year and a half, I was just like, okay, why do I have to work now? I'm anyway going to Canada.
Yeah.
So I just didn't work. I never had the experience of working anywhere.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest challenge for me once I moved there was starting to work. So I always was very picky about the stuff that I used to do. That's why I didn't want to do any restaurant jobs, because I have a very short temper. And if somebody said anything to me over there, I'd snap back at them, and that's not always good.
I've seen that during games as well.
So that's something that I've told my parents as well, that I wouldn't work in a restaurant. But then again, for some reason, there was the person who used to live in our house where I used to live in Canada. He actually had his own company.
Oh, okay.
So he worked.
I thought he ended up scamming you.
Oh, no.
Because that's another story that I hear.
He actually was someone who gave me a job as a mover and a packer.
Okay.
Like I used to do installation of furniture and everything.
Oh, okay. What's his name?
His name is Nash.
Yeah. Nash, want to say thank you, bro, for taking care of my little brother. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Nash. Thank you for giving me the first job.
Yeah.
So it was always very challenging for me because I never worked. And with that job, it was like I had to wake up at 6 in the morning, work until 5 or...
Very taxing, no?
Very, very physically demanding because I had to lift heavy stuff. It was all very physically demanding, obviously. But then I was able to gather up or save a little bit of money.
Okay.
And within 8 months, I made a trip back to India and went back.
Nice.
So
That's the
yeah,
pro, right?
that was one good thing that I did. But then I went back and I didn't continue the job because I didn't want to get into more of this physically demanding
Sorry, Nash,
stuff.
my brother disappointed you.
Yeah, actually, I didn't tell him before. I told him one day before I actually left that I'm not coming back. And then I just came, and once I went back, I didn't work for another year because I was doing my studies again. And then after that, I thought I'd just get another job. I didn't, so I had to start working as a security guard. So I was working as a security guard for almost a year.
Okay.
And that's when I started. I got this job as as an insurance advisor, and now it's going the way it is.
Nice. So the most difficult part for you was landing in your first job because you never worked here.
Exactly.
And the transition was not easy, right?
That's
Because you were kind of hoping that your brother and sister were like creating a path for you. You could just go plug and play, but it didn't work out, right? I understand. In the midst of all of this, right? What did you like the most about Canada?
I actually have to think very long and hard about that because I don't like anything about that country at this point. Probably the only thing that I like is the freedom. It's not like I didn't have freedom here when I was in India, but then the thing is, like, you can come back at any point of time, at night or day. Nobody's there to ask you any questions.
Fair enough.
It is good in its way, but then it's bad as well because nobody knows what you're doing. Nobody has any idea what you're doing. Here, my dad used to call me in the middle of the night, where are you? Come back home and stuff. Over there, I always have this freedom where I don't have to.
Yeah, you're not accountable to anyone.
Yeah, no one's gonna ask me any questions there. So that was probably one good thing that is there, freedom, and also you learn a lot of responsibility. So I was always under my dad's shadow when I was here.
Yeah.
Once I went there, I learned that I need to be more responsible in life. I need to manage the money that I have. I used to spend lavishly thinking it was my dad's money, and then once I went there is when I understood what the real value of money is. I stopped buying food from outside. I started cooking for myself. 22 years of my life, never even made a cup of chai. When there,
the Canadian accent just came, a cup of chai.
Went there and I just started cooking so much so that I can actually cook whatever it is that you ask. I mean, obviously I watch some YouTube stuff, but then I can cook whatever it is.
Sure.
So I guess cooking skills, freedom, responsibility, these are some of the things that you learn when you move to a different country.
I'll tell you why I asked that question. I was low-key hoping that you would say maybe you found a basketball community or something, and then it kind of helped you to settle down, and therefore you like the city a little more. But yeah, helping me understand, like, what's the basketball culture there in Canada? Like, what's it like?
Basketball culture is actually not that prominent for Indians as such, or for any Asian person over there. I mean, maybe it's my own thing because maybe I didn't explore a lot of it. So the college that I went to, there was a basketball court, and every time I used to go there and play, there were just these tall dudes, 6'8", 6'10", full built, and then I'm just this scrawny kid, 5'11", 6 foot, who's just trying to go between them, and they just push me, and I'm flying off the court. So it's always difficult for us to build a thing there wherein we can play, we can have that sort of a culture, because most of these Indians, they just get intimidated by the other people who are playing there. I mean, for example, I got intimidated as well when I saw those people play, because they're able to dunk very easily. When you think about it, it's very difficult to dunk as well. So I used to dunk when I was here. I went there, I found it difficult to touch the ring without the freaking ball. So
why was it like? I thought the height was the same.
I feel like the height is a little bit different there because in North America, obviously with the NBA and stuff, I think the hoop is a little bit probably a feet or two higher than the ones that are here.
I see.
Probably the ones that I played in.
Much shorter.
Yeah, they're much shorter. Because I was able to dunk, and when I went there, I found it difficult to even touch the ring.
Oh, okay.
and that's when I felt like there might be a difference.
That's very interesting. Okay, I never.
Maybe
I
I'm
never
not.
knew this.
Again, I may be wrong. Maybe.
No, you could be right. You
Yeah.
could be right because I've seen you dunk multiple times, a little more than.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every
So,
time I saw you, kind of just kept smacking the ball, right? I've seen you dunk a lot of them, so maybe you're right. Yeah.
but then again, I didn't have any. I didn't play for a long time. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
because of that, I lost the agility. I couldn't jump that high
Yeah.
as I used to before. But then, yeah, that's the culture there is very North American oriented. Like
Yeah.
it's very culturally oriented there, wherein
For the localites
yeah,
there, for them to.
mostly it's all just locals who are able to play and build their own community sort of a thing there where
Okay.
they can play, and it's always winters there as well. So
Yeah, man.
you can't go outside. There's no outdoor courts that you can play in. It's
Mm.
just these indoor courts, and most of the time these indoor courts are just occupied by
The gym guys over there.
the gym guys who are already there.
Yeah, I think I fairly understand what you're trying to say, mainly because I also had my, an experience there. I remember when I was in Canada for a short stint, right? Man, I was in Brampton, and I didn't know what I wanted to do because I just couldn't find friends there. And I had a friend by the name Sushil. I call him Suzy. He used to live somewhere in, I think Scarborough. I think somewhere near. Don't remember which college. So I used to travel all the way from Brampton to meet him, just to play basketball.
Okay.
This is back in 2013, right? That's how desperate I was. That travel was almost like 2 hours, and the travel from Brampton to Scarborough, and there are just way too many courts, outdoor courts. Every community has a basketball court there, but I feel there is not much usage of basketball courts, outdoor courts, I would say.
Yeah.
Right? And it was a little disappointing because here in India, we are kind of looking for the government to give us that scope of having multiple courts, but sadly we don't. So I understand when you say that how the localites are more prone towards indoor gyms and not outdoor gyms, right? Yeah. Cool. Interesting. So that's your life in Canada. But do you play ball there? Like, do you have a chance to play ball there, or when was the last time you played ball there? That would be a fair question to ask.
I think it was probably a year and a half ago. Was the last time that I actually played. I did have a few basketballs at home as well. I actually bought a hoop from India. I took it there so that I could fix it all outside my house so that I could play there. But then again, it's just the driveway in our house is filled with grass and stuff like that. It's just very difficult.
Is too much.
Yeah, and I live in a rented house as well. So the owner, if he sees a hoop in his house, he may have a problem with that.
For sure.
So again, it's been a year and a half since I've played. So probably I will go back to Chennai now. So hopefully I'll be able to play for a couple of days until I go back.
I hope you play as well, because I remember when you were here in June, we did have that short runs here and there, and I kind of enjoy playing with you, right? Because for me, as long as I have you as a teammate, I can just keep lobbing the ball. You just go for a shot. It just makes my life easier, and I can just keep winning. Yeah. I want to bring you back to the whole basketball thing again. Why do you think the Indian culture towards basketball, right, has not developed or has not improved at all? Because I just keep seeing a lot of, I don't know, paid promotion or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
But I feel like, is this really true? Like, I just feel like there's just too much noise, but I don't see a good roadmap or good systems being built in our country for basketball. What is your take on this?
So it's been quite some time since I've actually been in that zone. But then when I was there as well, so we used to have this thing called IMG Reliance tournaments and stuff.
I think it's still happening, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure about that, but they used to give us all these jerseys for free. They used to make us play and stuff. So
are you referring to the junior NBA?
No, this is actually an IMG Reliance tournament. So Reliance organizes a tournament for all schools in Tamil Nadu. So they just pick a few number of schools and then they organize a tournament for them, and then they represent the state and stuff like that. So I did play for I think 2 years in that tournament as well. So the government does try, to bring the sport up, but then just because of a few bad apples here and there, it's always never being able to boom. So, for example, like I mentioned before as well, there was another kid who paid and he was able to go up.
Yeah.
So when you think about that, the number of kids who actually were, I mean, I'm not saying that I was better than that kid or anything like that, but then there would have been so many kids who were actually better.
Potentially better as well.
Exactly. So they're fundamentally, potentially so much better than all these other kids that money actually spoke more for them as well. So there are so many players in these rural areas that I have seen myself when I've played against them.
Yeah.
And I don't see them again after that. So I just see them play in a game, and then after that I don't see them at all. So when you think about that, it's very difficult for those kids as well. I consider myself lucky to be coming from a background where I'm able to, if I wanted to, I would have been able to give the money and play.
Sure.
I just didn't want to do it because at the end of the day, if I wasn't able to get the money back, it was all just a wasted money. But then when you think about the kids who did not have the money, did not have the funds, and they just lost their opportunity because of some big shot who was able to give the money and go in. I think that's one of the main reasons why it's very difficult for the sport itself to grow in India.
Yeah, because there was this time where I think it was back in the early 80s or late 80s or early 90s also, I would say, when Michael Jordan actually became a thing. Like everyone's talking about Michael Jordan. He became a global phenom, right? So every country wanted to sit in that table, except India.
Yeah.
Everyone went into the direction of basketball. India went into cricket. I somehow think, man, had we also, took our chance and moved into basketball, I think it would have been a completely different landscape right now. But anyway, it is what it is. I don't want to speak too much on this because I know sometimes it can get a little politically wrong as well. So what I also want to ask is, like, you played basketball all through your life, right? What was the primary role that you played? Like, what was your position like when you played in school and college? What was your position?
So when I started off playing as a point guard.
Okay.
Because I was comparatively shorter than all the other players in the team.
That's somehow I just don't understand in Indian system. The coaches always put the short guys
as the point guard.
I don't know why it was like that, but for me also in my case it was the same thing. My coach put me as a point guard. But anyway, go on.
So I started playing when I with the senior team when I was in 8th standard. So I was actually the shortest guy in the team. So he used to make me play the point guard so that I could just feed the ball to the others.
Okay.
And they could just continue playing. As I grew older, by the time I was in high school, I became a shooting guard because again there was another shorter player in the team who was able to play the point guard position, and I was a little bit quicker and more agile. I was able to jump higher, so I was somebody who played as a shooting guard and a center at times as well.
Okay.
So I used to be the guy who used to go for the jump ball when it was starting as well.
The tip off, right?
The tip off as well, and even in the 3-point line as well. If there was anybody else who took a shot, it was always me who would always go for the rebound because I had the highest jump in the team as well. The vertical jump, I had the highest one. So it was a point guard, shooting guard, and a center, sort of a mixed position that I played. It was just, I enjoyed playing shooting guard more because I always liked shooting the ball more, even though my coach said, don't do it. I always used to do it. I always used to play the way that I used to. He used to draw plays even during the timeouts.
Indian coaches and drawing plays.
They'll draw a lot of stuff. It's just that when you're in the zone, you don't understand what he's saying. He just says, you go here, back.
Because you can read the situation very differently, right? Yeah.
So even so when he draws a play, the opponent has to play in that way as well. The opponent doesn't play like that because they're just going around and about. So you just adapt to that situation and you just continue playing like that. So at that point of time, I guess it was always just adapt to the moment.
You touched on two important things. I want to ask you a quick follow-up question on that. So when you moved from being a point guard to a shooting guard, like it's not easy. A lot of people don't understand what it means to be a shooting guard also, right? What are some of the skill sets that you had to actually learn, from moving to a point to a shooting guard?
Skill sets, when I talk about it, there wasn't much of a skill set that I needed to learn because I'd always been good at dribbling. I was always really
Good at
quick,
attacking as well.
yeah, quick through the defense as well. So it was always very simple for me to adapt to any single position because I could play all 5 positions in the court because I had a good vertical jump. I was able to defend well. I was quick. I was able to go back for defense as well. So everything was actually simple for me. I didn't have to adapt or learn anything as much because
It
again,
wasn't overwhelming for you.
yeah, it wasn't very overwhelming
Yeah.
because I started playing when I was in 4th standard, so it was always very simple for me to just play the role that I was asked to do.
Okay.
So it was always just
Man, every
extremely
coach
simple.
loves to have a player like that. Trust me.
My
Oh,
coach
yes,
definitely did.
now you're power forward. Now you're shooting. Okay, point guard. And that's what I'm saying. You also talked about your coach, right?
Yeah.
So did your coach ever take timeouts to draw plays? Like,
Yeah, he did.
he did, right? Was it effective?
Sometimes it was. Sometimes it was just gibberish because none of the players in the team understood what he was saying. So
why do you think that? Why do you think the players didn't understand? I want people to understand this because there is a disconnect between coaches and players in India. I'm telling you, and I'll tell you why I'm saying this also. Go on. Like, why do you think this disconnect is there between the players and the coach?
So that's the same thing that I mentioned before as well. So when a coach draws a play, so when you look at the NBA as well, so if you're looking at the coach drawing a play, the opponent moves in a certain way,
Sure.
the way that you move. So if you're cutting through the back door, there'll be another player who will be coming towards you, and then the other player will be free and all that stuff. But then when you're playing in India, when you're playing in a school tournament, kids
Zone
just run
defense.
around anywhere they want. So
Yeah.
it doesn't usually work the way it's supposed to be.
Headless chicken.
Yes.
They run all over the court.
So at that point of time, you just pass the ball to whoever's free. You just don't
Fair
see it. Sometimes works out as well. So that's when the coach think, okay, the play actually worked. But then it didn't work. It was just somebody who was free in the corner. Who
It
got
was
the
exactly the opposite of what you
Yeah.
do on the timeout. Right?
Exactly. So it was never something that it wasn't the coach's fault. It was just that we never used to listen to what he used to say. It was just we used to do what we had to.
Yeah, but why?
Most of the time, it was just about individuality. You
No,
just
but
wanted to make.
why did you guys never listen to the coach?
There was no particular reason because when you're in the moment, when you're in the game, you play for yourself.
Did you think the coach didn't know what he was talking?
No. For me, fortunately, I've always had coaches
Who knew the game.
who were extremely good. They were fundamentally very good.
Okay.
The last coach that I actually had was somebody who coached the Indian women's national team.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
What's his name?
His name was Babu Davis.
Babu Davis. Thank you, Coach Babu Davis. Shout out to you.
Yeah. So he coached the Indian national women's team. He
Okay.
coached us. He coached a lot of the women's basketball teams basically. So he was always somebody who was very fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the fault of the coach. It was mainly our fault because we just didn't listen.
Okay. Okay. I see this mainly because your coach called a timeout to draw plays.
Yeah.
My coach called a timeout to slap me. I'm
don't
not
know
joking. There are crazy stories. I'm sure you must have seen and heard as
All of
well.
that.
Right? So that's why the second when someone says like Indian coach back in those days calling a timeout and drawing a play, man, I've never heard anything like this because my experience has been completely different, right? Fair enough. So to whatever extent your coach
Knew what he was doing.
like what he knew, right?
Yeah.
Good. Now the other thing that I also wanted to ask you is someone being a player who knew how to play all these positions, I know you enjoy playing basketball, but you always had a soft corner being like towards one position. You're always like leaning towards one comfortable position. Like, was there like any particular position? I know you talked about shooting guard. Has it always been shooting guard, or given a chance would you still go back to point guard, or what's that like?
No, I actually always wanted to play center because that was probably the easiest role that anybody could ever have. Because the only thing that you do is you stand in the deep, stand inside
The paint.
inside the paint area, and then you just get the ball, You either screen for the point guard, you either screen for any
Pick
other
and roll
player.
and then collect the ball.
You just collect the ball and you just go under the ball, under the hoop, and you get an easy shot.
Yeah.
And rebounds are always usually easier as well. If you just box out one of the players, you just get the rebound and you just run back.
Yeah.
So I feel like center was something that I've always
Came naturally.
Yeah, it always came naturally because I had a good vertical leap as well.
Okay.
So I think center was one of the positions that I always enjoyed playing.
Okay. I'm glad you said it, and not because center is an easiest position to play. It is mainly because now do you understand why I asked you to play center when the two of us are playing?
Yeah, I do.
Now do you understand?
Yeah.
Because it's easier for me to have you in the center and to facilitate the scoring option around that.
Correct.
So that's why. Yeah. Anyway, cool. I just want to say I feel better. Like I'm glad you know like why center is a better position to play, at least with me. Because I'm a guy who would loves to have two big guys in my team. It's easier for me to play with two big guys. I don't like this 3 guards, 4 guards. I don't like that. Like one or two big guys, man, I'm sorry. It's easier for me to do a traditional way of playing pick and roll and play basketball. Awesome. I want to ask you this question. Do you watch the Indian basketball? Like, do you have time to watch? I know it's been a long time since you played, but do you watch the Indian team playing? Like, when was the last time?
I actually haven't watched the Indian basketball team play.
Okay.
Mainly because I didn't watch the NBA as much as well. It wasn't like I didn't choose to watch the Indian basketball team or anything like that. It was just that I'm the sort of guy who likes to play more than likes to watch. I like to watch cricket more. I like to watch a lot
football more?
I don't actually watch football at all because I've seen my brother watch football and I don't think that's something that I enjoy because it's 90 minutes of
pure madness.
Again, madness, and if
there's no offense,
nobody
right?
scores, it's just probably it's just going to be a boring game at the end of the day.
You don't understand
football, I'm not trying to disrespect any other sport. It's just personally for me, I feel like if there's a lot of attacking in the sport, if there's a lot of celebration, or if there's a lot of goal scoring and stuff like that,
more fun.
Yeah, right? It's a little bit more fun for me. That's something that's why I like sports where the crowd gets into it as well.
Sure.
So usually if it's a 0-0 game, maybe the half chances that the football team would have is something that the crowd would cheer. But then, for example, if you hit a 6 or if you're scoring a 3-pointer at crucial point in the game, that's something that makes me feel that gets me more interested than football would.
Okay, got it. I asked you that question just to understand if you watched or not, so that I thought I'll tap into that a little more. But because you don't watch, I want to let you know that the Indian team is in better hands right now. We have this coach called Scott Fleming. Excellent coach. Like, you should see the way he runs offense. Like, it is pure play basketball. Like, it is so beautiful to watch ball movement. It is so beautiful to watch the way he executes the inbound plays. Man, I love everything that Coach Scott Fleming does. In fact, he was our coach earlier as well, and then we had another coach for a while, and then he was way too aggressive. Coach Fleming, man, he's got it. Yeah, you should watch, man. You should really watch. Like, India
I'll
is
probably take the time to
just watch the highlights as well. Recently, we had the FIBA qualifiers as well. Like, I think we played against Saudi, if I'm not wrong. I think Saudi lost. It was a good game. It was a good game for India to play at that level. It was a good game, right? There are some really good players who are actually, learning the game in the right way and coming. So I kind of like it, right? Anyway, just last few questions, and I always ask this question to everyone who comes to the podcast. Who's your favorite NBA player and why?
Okay, so for me, I have always watched LeBron. I did mention that I don't watch NBA as much, but then whenever I've watched it, I've always watched LeBron play.
Okay.
I feel like his play style is
similar
to what I play like as well. I'm not comparing myself to him at all.
Yeah.
It's just that the way he plays is something that I like to play as well. So he is a pass first sort of guy. Maybe I have a little bit of Kobe in me as well, wherein sometimes I just don't like to pass
You
the ball.
zone out and you just like to attack, right?
I-
I've seen that
yeah,
version. I've seen that version in you.
I've been told that I never pass the ball as well. But
Yeah.
then, if as I grew older, I just tried to get the team more involved.
Yeah, I think you unlearned that.
Yes.
You definitely unlearned that.
So
Yeah,
it was
absolutely.
always LeBron who made me like the game a lot more. So the thing that
the aggressiveness, the passion, the way he
Exactly.
dunks, like crazy, right? Yeah.
so the longevity that he's had even now. So he's in the league for such a long time.
23, right? This
Yeah,
is 23rd.
23rd year. He's basically playing with his son, which is again it's there and abouts, but still his son is quite old, and I'm not giving any credit to his son. I'm just giving credit
Yeah,
to
you better not.
LeBron, because I've seen Bronny play. I think
Bro, Bronny is so awful.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bronny, but man, like, bro, you. Don't even get me started.
Yeah, we don't
like,
have
I
to
feel
go into
bad
that.
for Lakers.
Yeah.
I think right now they put Bronny in the G League right now, if I'm not wrong. Coach Reddick, I don't know why he can do a lot better with the current roster. But the sad thing right now is that he is not able to voice that out to Bronny because I think LeBron is still there.
Correct. That is
right? There are some, like, if you watch Bronny's game, right, he is running the lane. Anytime when you run the lane on either side of the wing, you're going to get that first pass and go for a quick bucket, right?
That's right.
What Bronny does, right, he runs the lane and then he just cuts all the way to the far corner to catch an open three. Why?
And he still misses.
And he misses all the time. Sorry, we will do this another day, but yeah, man. Anyway, so LeBron James is your favorite basketball player.
LeBron has always been. So I've got a couple of shoes of his as well. LeBron.
Yeah, I know you
and,
like shoes as well.
Yeah, so I've got his shoes as well. I've always liked the way he's played, his longevity, the way he conducts himself as well. I feel like I relate to him a lot. So I feel like LeBron is
your favorite NBA
my favorite NBA player, and Kobe is a close second.
Kobe is a close second. Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan would probably come third, because again, it was him who I always watched when I was quite young as well. So LeBron was somebody that I watched.
That you could relate to, right?
Yeah, I could relate to. But then when you get into basketball, the first name that you actually hear is Jordan. It was my dad has never watched basketball in his life, but he knows who Michael Jordan is.
Yeah.
So the impact that Michael Jordan had on the game was obviously something that's unmatched. But then as a player, I like LeBron, Kobe, and then Jordan.
Okay, great. If you have to describe basketball in one word, what does that look like for you?
Basketball in
one word or one sentence or whatever it is.
Again, in one word, I guess it would just be discipline. I guess it taught me discipline. It taught me a lot of it gave me a lot of encouragement at the time of, when I was down or anything like that. It was always something that was there for me. So I guess discipline, or even companion for that matter.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So if nobody is around, I can just take the basketball and go. Just start shooting the ball. So probably a companion. Maybe it sounds a little depressing. I'm not sure.
No, it's not. It's not even close to depression. Depressing at all. Like, it's a nice word. It's a good word to.
So those are probably, you said one word, but then those are probably two words that I
Okay. It taught you discipline, and it is okay. What would you like to tell to the young hoopers out there in India right now? Like, if there's any form of encouragement that you would like to give, anything at all.
Again, I'm actually not nobody to give any sort of advice.
That's okay, man. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, see, this is the thing. I want to break this stereotype. Like, only people who achieve something has to. No, man. Like, I think at least with basketball, I don't want to do that. Like, I honestly think there are some valuable lessons that you can actually teach them. Like, if they're watching this podcast, I'm sure they're listening to the word discipline. For a young kid, he or she needs to know what discipline is. Companion. That's a very interesting word to use as well, right? So, yeah.
Again, based on the stuff that I've seen and I've been through as a basketball player myself, what I would tell the kids is just continue trying. There's no harm in you trying. When you're young, there's nothing that's gonna happen. Your parents are still gonna love you if you
Sure.
play well or not, if you do well or not. So just continue playing. If luck favors you, if you work hard, it's always gonna pay out for you. There's this famous Kevin Durant saying as well. I think it's Kevin Durant saying. I'm not sure. I think it says talent fails or something like that. I'm not completely sure what it is.
Okay.
It basically means when you work hard, even talent can be beaten. That's what it means. So you work harder and harder. People who are talented can be pushed away, and the person who works hard can actually come up.
Okay.
So that I'm not completely sure what Kevin Durant has said, but then I remember that quote this way.
Okay, nice. Hey, I just want to say thank you for joining the podcast today. I love the conversation that we had. So thanks once again for joining. I wish you all the very best, and I know you're flying back to Canada in probably in a few more weeks. Please go start playing ball again. Find a local community there. If not, start Courtside Conversations Canada, man. Right?
That's right.
Yeah, it's just a community. Just go start. And yeah, one last time, thank you. I really appreciate it. Right? Thank you. Peace.
See you guys.